That's how we met. Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna answer some questions about relationships. Yeah, let's start. First, how did you meet your boyfriend? Because that's the question that got asked the most. So should I start first about
Yes,
how we
I want to hear how you interpret everything.
Where do I even start?
I don't know, I want to hear how you tell the story.
From my perspective, you texted me because of a drawing. First of all, I was like, I don't know, because is he even real or is he fake? So I actually texted a girl that he knows too,
Who?
Selena,
Oh, right.
because they were following each other too. And I asked her, do you know him? Is he even real? She told me yes, he is very real. So I was like, okay. I got out of a relationship, so I did not want to do anything further on, but I did not thought too much about it. A close friend, Jasmine, she told me to answer him back and keep talking to him because she was like, he's living in LA, so it's not like that you guys are gonna get together. Even Michelle, she was like, as if you're gonna get together, you know? So we kept talking as friends. There was nothing like flirting at all. No, right? We
No,
were
at the
just
beginning,
friends.
yeah, at the beginning, I was making a conscious effort not to flirt with you.
Yeah, and the thing about us was like, we just started talking about cats, and then we sent each other cat memes, and I got feelings for him, and that's where we are now. That's from my perspective. Your perspective.
Okay, from my perspective, oh, I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
No.
Yes, because I was on Instagram. It was during the pandemic, so I had a lot of free time, and I was on Instagram, and somebody, can I say the name?
No.
Okay, so there was this page that collects images of other girls. So they posted a picture of her, and I was like, she's cute. So I went to follow her, but I saw that she was way younger. So I was like, okay, I'll just follow her, that's fine. I don't have to slide in her DMs. But that was for months. I kind of had a little peek into what she was into, your stories, and I was like, she's cool. She's a cool girl. She's pretty and cool. But it was everything from a distance. And then you posted that you were drawing and that you were thinking about AI. And that time I was getting very deep into actually programming AI and all of that. So I was like, are you interested in this or not? And what are your thoughts? Something like that was the first message. And then you proceeded to delete all my messages for the coming months. Yes.
I got out of a relationship at that time.
So that's not my fault.
I did not want to talk to anyone.
Yeah, but you deleted me.
Okay, fair.
Until at some point she stopped deleting me. Then we saw that we had a lot of things in common. No, we just started talking a lot. We were talking a lot, like every day, a lot. And I was making a conscious effort not to flirt with you because I was like, she's just too young. And I never imagined that I would be with somebody that was, for me mentally, 5 years was the max.
For me too.
Yeah, I was like 5 years, and she has to be extremely smart. She has to keep up a conversation. So I never thought that I was gonna have anything with you. That's why I was making a conscious effort not to flirt with you. But then as we got to know each other more with all those text messages and sharing and all of that, I started to get feelings for you. Then we had our little online date. We had a gaming date, and that's how it all started, because then we came clean. It was like, yeah, we got feelings. And now here we are.
Somebody is asking our favorite qualities about each other.
Well, the first thing that I liked about you is that you were not only pretty, but you were actually smart. For me, that was very, very important, because I'm very tired of meeting, or in my life, I was already very tired of meeting pretty dumb people. You're smart, you're humble, and you have not had an easy life, but you're still a good person. A lot of people don't have an easy life, but they turn into a bad person. That's common. But you've had not an easy life, and you're still a very beautiful person, and smart, and pretty. So I was like, okay.
You're making me cry.
If I have a chance at this, I gotta take it.
The thing is, I thought he was just a pretty boy. The more I got to know about him, I was like, he's more more than just the surface. He has a lot of hobbies, he's studying a lot, and even though, like, it sounds so wrong because he is not old, but even though with his age, he's still studying a lot of other things, and I like that. And he's never actually stopping with learning about the world, and I find that very attractive. Yeah. And you also don't have an easy life, and you're not evil, so.
Only a little bit.
It's a little dark, but yeah. What do we do for activities or date ideas? For us, I think it's because I like video gaming too. We have a lot of game day nights.
Yeah, but it's tricky because we met, you were in Germany, I was in LA. And COVID really turned my life around, so I've been moving a lot.
Yeah.
It's been tricky to actually have
Dates
during COVID, and even more tricky when you're not even living in the same city. For whatever challenges we've had because of COVID, we're still doing some cool stuff.
I mean, we've been in Dubai, we've been in Mexico, Germany, and now Portugal. When we see each other, we tend to go to dates with food because I like food, I love food, and I want to try all the food that is like popular. I think that's something that we do too. Do you often need reassurance? Reassurance from each other about certain fights or issues between you guys?
I think it's tricky because we both are needy. So we have this playful need for reassurance, but I don't think any of us is taking it too serious. Like, oh, you didn't say I love it. Well, we say I love you like 150 times per day, so it's not on that department. But we do it playfully. It's not like a toxic kind of reassurance.
It's like we know when to be serious and when to be playful, and after fights we are still serious about each other. And like that's the thing about us that I really like the most is we know that even after fights we still love each other. Of course, after fights some feelings got hurt, so we're still careful about each other even after fights, right?
But maybe I don't understand the question, because what reassurance after fights is particularly about that, or just reassurance in general?
It says, do you often need reassurance
about certain fights and issues between you guys?
No, I think we show after fights that we still care about each other. And there's one thing, like we will ask each other, like, do you still love me?
But we do it in a silly way.
Yes, we don't do it like in a serious way. We know that we love each other even after fights. So how do you overcome long distance relationship?
I don't think you can overcome it. I think you have to work with it. Of course, the goal is to not have that long distance anymore. So you have to work towards it. It's not gonna be always there.
I mean, long distance relationship, the only hard thing is the distance, obviously. But other thing about it is like you trying to keep away busy with work so you don't think about like missing each other. Like that's from my perspective.
I think for most people, a long distance relationships, the issue is not so much the distance. I think it's insecurities, because they say, well, what is the other person doing, etc. But I think with build a relationship, there's a lot of trust.
This is the thing about relationship overall. You cannot build something when there's no trust. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like in a long distance relationship or a normal relationship. You have to trust each other, otherwise it will not work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's understandable because it's very hard to trust. It's hard to trust, and a lot of people are gonna get burned in their lives trusting their own people. The idea is to build a relationship that you can trust. If you're in a relationship you cannot trust, you shouldn't be in that relationship. At least we built this relationship where I feel I can trust you. So of course you want to be with the other person, but I think the most threatening thing in the long distance is not the distance, but the insecurities, because they get amplified 10 times because you are not there, you know. And I remember you were saying like some friends of yours were asking you if you're okay with me going to a bar or something like that.
Yeah, because I was out with friends and going to a bar and having parties. They were like, oh my god, he's so cool to let you go to a bar. I was like, why would it be an issue? And then they were like, I don't know, I would be scared to go out because that would mean that he would go out too. You should let each other live. He's giving me the trust, the reassurance that I can trust him and I can sleep at night when he's out with friends or going to a bar, and I care that he's gonna go home safe. But I'm not scared that he's gonna find somebody out there or something, because I know that he loves me.
Yeah.
What's the biggest struggle in our relationship?
I think a big burden is just that life for me is very tough right now, and that has a lot of ramifications, which include the long distance.
It's just a long distance for me.
No, we get along very, very well.
Like, yeah, because we are also friends with each other. If we weren't friends with each other, like we just have this romantic feelings, then it would be a bit of lame too. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I think it's because most people confuse being in love with loving. I think being in love is just the honeymoon part where everything is great and everything, you know, but you really test the relationship in tough times.
Yeah.
That's when you see, you know, who the other person is, and we've gone through some tough times and we are still building, so we're doing pretty good, I think, even though we have all these challenges.
Were there any cultural problems? Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, you tell me yeah.
The cultural problem is from my family. It's not from his family. His family is very accepting, but from my family, it's like the cultural problems with my mom saying with marriage, stuff like that. It's like, it's just from my perspective because of my family, because they are very traditional. If you show like a boyfriend to your family, like your Asian family, they think you're gonna get married. But because I grew up in this Western culture too, for me it's very normal to just show them my boyfriend because he's the one that I'm with now.
Yeah, but then the issue is more on your side because I've told you so. I'm nice. I think I'm nice.
Yeah.
But if somebody's not paying my bills, I don't care about their opinion.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like there was, other than that, there was never an issue. My mom likes you. My family likes you, especially my stepdad. He likes you a lot. He's always asking for you. It was just an issue because they haven't met him, but after they met him, everything was fine. Like they even know that I'm here in Madeira. They're very accepting now, but at the beginning, not so much. Because you were just a stranger.
Yeah.
How do you cope up with overthinking that he might meet someone new and especially near? That's the same one that we already answered. It's like, of course, if you don't trust the other person, you shouldn't be in the relationship with him or her in the first place. That's just my opinion. Because you need to trust somebody, otherwise how are you gonna sleep?
I think a lot of people have that issue because they think that whatever they have is so weak that just meeting somebody else means the end of the relationship. Understand? That's I think that's the wrong mindset, because I don't care about you going out there, because I think what we have has to be stronger than anything else that any other person out there in the streets can offer. That's one side, and the other side is if somebody wants to cheat, he's gonna cheat. There's no way to stop it. If somebody wants to cheat, they're gonna find a way. It doesn't matter how many GPS trackers you put in their car or how many passwords you have. If somebody wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat. So it makes absolutely no sense to stress about is he texting or is she texting somebody else. No, is, you know, the only metric is you are in a relationship that you can trust, yes or no. Yes, you stay and build that. No, you move on.
To be honest, if you are questioning too much about those things, maybe you should leave that relationship too. I don't know, it's like if you're overthinking too much, you might ruin the relationship too.
I mean, I'm not saying trust blindly. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. You should be critical. I think this is my opinion. You should be very awake, looking for the flags and everything. If you're living in a relationship in which all you do is that, and all you do is like, oh, behavior is weird, he didn't do or say something today, so therefore he is cheating. Come on, why are you staying there? That's just toxic. You have to have your boundaries very well defined. And if that person crosses that boundary or is just not inspiring trust, move on. You have to know yourself to know where your boundaries are, and you know, it takes years, I guess, of self-knowledge to.
I mean, it's very hard to do that too. It's easier to say.
Yeah, but it should be the goal. You know?
Yeah, it should be the goal, but it's always easier to set than to do. I know that myself because of my past relationships. If you don't have your self-worth, then he's not gonna have it for you too. They are playing with your boundaries too.
Yeah.
If you create a place where they can play with your feelings and boundaries and see that you are accepting certain things, that's not a relationship in the first place. Because a relationship takes two people to build up, and it's hard. Like, love is not the only thing to make a relationship work, and people confuse those things nowadays. Love is all you need. No. And it takes so much more.
That's nonsense.
Yeah. How often do you guys text, call, and FaceTime? every day. When
Every
we're
day.
not with each other, we still call each other every day at night before I go to sleep.
During the day too.
Yeah, sometimes during the day too. Sometimes he's calling me out of nowhere and we text each other all the time. Some people might say it would be too much.
Yeah, but it's just because we're lucky actually.
Yeah.
If this was normal times without COVID and working from home and all of that, we would have to be forced to talk less. But since that's not the case, we just talk more.
Yeah, and I think we're both very needy.
Maybe.
So for us, it's okay. We are both very needy. If the other person is busy, we will just tell each other that and we just let them do their things. We like it.
Yeah.
Is language a big problem? Yes.
Yes, I thought the answer was no.
The language.
Yes. How is the language a problem?
When we have a fight, sometimes I'm getting stressed and then I forget about words and then I'm getting all nervous and I cannot talk anymore. You know, and then I just want to speak in German and tell you my thoughts. Isn't that the same for you?
No, not at all.
Okay, he doesn't have like this language barrier like I do.
If I could argue my point of view in Spanish, it would be, I don't know if it would be easier actually. So when I'm in Chile, I usually forget words anyways. But English is okay with me.
Yeah, English is okay with you, but not for me. So when we are arguing, then it's like, oh my god, what do I say? And then I say things in German, and he's like, oh, of course. Are you guys planning to stay or live together? Of course we are doing that. It's the point of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Clear that we both aim for something serious.
On the game night.
At the game night?
Yeah, we were both like, yes, we have feelings.
Before I don't know, having feelings and wanting something serious is both different things, you know?
Yeah, but well, I didn't think that because of all the things that we shared, I didn't think that if we were saying we have feelings, we're just gonna fuck around. No, it was pretty clear that if we are gonna try this out, it's gonna be serious. I didn't think, oh, we're just gonna meet each other and
see what happens.
chill and
like,
Netflix and chill. No.
But I was the one telling him that we're not gonna get together until we met each other. Yes, we're not gonna. I was still saying like, okay, we have feelings for each other, but we're not together right now.
Oh yes, okay, that, because it sounded like you were saying we're not gonna meet until we meet. I was like, what?
No, we're not gonna be together, like saying that we are in a relationship, because he wanted to say, like he wanted to show things on the stories too, and I was like, no, don't do it, because we haven't met each other, and I wanted to be sure that first of all it's safe to be with him, and
Yes,
he's the one that
I'm not a human trafficker or something like that.
Come on, I was gonna meet you in Dubai for the first time. Every normal thinking person would be first like, okay, let's meet first and then see, you know?
Okay, you have a point.
I have a point, come on. But I was very like looking out for my own safety and sending my friends like my location and calling them and even his ID, etc., showing that to them. So be careful who you're gonna meet. And
I could have had a fake ID.
then I would be fucked up. But luckily, you're not a human trafficker. You're not. How do you know that a boy is crushing on you? I knew that he had a crush on me because he was sending me memes.
Really? No, but come on, that's not. I have plenty of friends. If I send them a meme, that doesn't mean I have a crush on them.
Okay, you're right, but I knew that he might like me that at the time that he was sending me memes about cats, like every single day.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that was our good morning to each other.
Okay, yes, if it is a good morning, good night, etc., then yes. But it's more about the intent in keeping the communication alive.
Okay.
Because if it would have been just messages, also it's showing that I'm trying to keep the communication alive.
As I said, I did not want us to be in a relationship, so I deleted his messages because I was like, I don't have time. I want to focus on my studies. I want to focus on my time and the things that I want to do because of my my past relationship, I was like, okay, I don't have the energy to go into another relationship to get heartbroken, etc. Especially because, first of all, he is the man that I've been dreaming of, and he's a lot like my grandpa too. Like my grandpa, it sounds wrong. It sounds so wrong, but he's like my grandpa. My grandpa was spoiling me and treating me like a princess, and he's doing the same, and I like it. I like being treated like a princess. This is so wrong to say.
No, but maybe for the future you may want to rephrase that, because it can be very, very misleading.
But my grandpa, he loved me the most, and he treated me like that, and everybody knew like how he's treating me. Like he's all fluffy and nice only to me, and I never seen like everybody of his friends is saying, oh, he's like this dark person.
Yes, I am.
I don't think he is.
I am to the world. I am, but you don't deserve that. I mean, I don't have to be cynical and dark with you.
That's why I love you. But that's the thing, you know, like that's very similar to how my grandpa was. He was very cynical, never talked to anybody, always talking about how war treated him badly, like this cynical grandpa. But to me, he was always treating me like a princess, and you do the same to me too. So I like that.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about the question, because how do you know somebody has a crush on you? And well, maybe just because I'm too fed up with interactions with people. So I think that's the wrong question. It's really irrelevant if somebody has a crush on you, because a crush, as fast as it can develop, as fast as somebody can crush on you, they can decrush. So is it really relevant? I mean, I'm questioning. If the person that asked that was in front of me, I would ask, is that really relevant? Is that really what you need to know? Maybe not. Maybe what the person wants to know is, how do you know that the intentions are good? Because the guy has a crush on her today, but 3 months down the road, he's gonna have a crush on somebody else.
Yeah. Is it better for a couple to have a few years of difference, in your opinion? No. Because it doesn't matter, the age doesn't matter. You have to be like in the same level of moral, like you just have to be on the same page. I joke it about a lot that he's older than me, but at the same time, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong question. It's probably statistically more representative that couples would have less of an age gap. But I think if you bring it down to the numbers, you will find very good relationships that are with a big age gap, and very good ones that have little age gap. So age really is not a metric that you should be looking into.
Yeah, I think that you get a better chance to find a man who is like mature when he's older, but it doesn't mean that he's mature.
Yeah, there are plenty of old guys that are kids.
Yeah.
The only thing that is going to be a differential, like a generation difference. For example, there are so many things to talk about which apparently are popular, and I have like no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or I could not care, like TikTok.
Yeah.
But
I explained to him a lot of generation memes that is going on right now, and he will always look like I don't have a clue what you're talking about. But that's because like we both grew in a different generation. I grew up with technologies and he didn't, and like we put more about our personality and identity into social media, but he's not doing that. So there are differences with like coming with an age gap relationship, but yeah,
but it's irrelevant. I think you're gonna find good and bad people that are older, and good and bad people that are the same age. It's really not an indication of whether a person is good for you or not.
Yeah, at the end it's just, are you both looking at this for the same thing?
Yeah.
And also if you both want the same thing too. You know? It's like the intention behind it is also really important. If you're dating somebody just because they're older, you might not find the thing that you actually wanted, like a stable relationship. Or am I saying that? No?
Yeah, I agree.
So how But I cannot talk. I'm following my tongue. What to do? So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. You don't have to be listening to us. It's just our opinion. It's just how we view the world and relationships and people and society. And yeah, don't be mad at us.
Or be. I don't know. It's up to you.
Or if you want to be mad at us, then just be mad at us. You can tell us about your opinions in the comment section too. I would want to know like their perspective too, you know? I'm curious. But yeah, let us know and leave a like or subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.